I thank you, Martin, from the bottom of my heart. For, don't, get maudlin and start to cry or something, because there's no money involved. But I'm sitting there, and Mrs. Winters, this woman I've been married to for 55 years, well, you try it. We're both going through menopause. In the kitchen, I can't get enough of you, darling. At the doorway, you asshole, find work. Excuse my cursing, but it's the only word I ever use or she uses. That's bad. But Martin called me and said, gosh, we're going to do a film, and I just leaped at it. A chance to do something dramatic again. I was reminded the other day, a guy said on the air here, interviewed me, he said, what is it with you people that are in comedy that you want to do drama? I thought, well, I've been doing a lot of drama all along. Should have known Mother and Dad. What are you doing now? Go out in the garden and pick something. Thank you, my dear mother. Dad, I give you first grade, 3 apples and 4 more. How many do you have? I think at that stage in my life, a lot of people would disagree, especially doctors, psychiatrists. I was bipolar. I've been to the Antarctic, so now I'm just polar. But manic depressive, I'd cry and throw up. It was terrible because I just couldn't get math. I still can't, but I know the pictures on the money. And anyway, I'm still working on .com, Don't get it. And he would say, if I give you 3 apples and 4 more, how many do you have? And I would cry and shake, and I'd too many for the lunchbox. You're the dumbest white kid I know. You're the biggest drunk I know. And then he'd throw me down the stairs, and I've never been right. That's 6 flights. Furnace never kept the house warm. Anyway, I thank you for this award. I thank all the people of this lovely community. I was reminded tonight what kind of a community it was. Very wealthy people. Which, hey, makes sense. I like the rich. Poor people are a pain in the ass. And I was poor, so I can say that. You cook off a hot plate with a lovely lady and in one room, $25 a month. Doesn't that tell you something? It was a bummer. Not even close. Show business, no, I was going to become an artist. Problem was that my sketches weren't that good and my painting wasn't too exciting, and I was drinking a lot of turpentine. I don't know what you're painting. What is it? I'd like to tell you a couple little stories. I'm not going to stay on too long because many of you probably, unless you're Christian Scientists, want to get to the bathroom. I won't hold you up too long. I tried to sell this on the airplane. I hope you won't be offended. I can get good money for this. They gave this to me in Orinda, and I $5,000. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about 2 things. I'm from Ohio originally, and my son is here with me tonight. He was born in Dayton. I was born in Dayton. And my wife was born in Dayton. My daughter was born in Bronxville, New York. And but 3 out of 4 were Buckeyes. And today in the hotel, we ran into Pete Rose, who was a big, big baseball player, and an interesting guy. I don't know whether he's ever going to get in the Hall of Fame because apparently he had a few problems. So, I just slide into second base and cripple the guy forever. That's not good. Just knock him down and put him, to the hospital. Anyway, I went home to Ohio several years ago, about 15 or 20 years ago, and I went to see an old friend of mine, Wally Beadler, and Wally had a big house. This is outside of Springfield, and And so I, with a friend of mine, a guy called Freck Ray and Skip, these are names, you know, guys that I grew up with. You probably grew up with Harold and Tom. My friends were Skip and Woolly Head, you know. So at any rate, retard. So, hi, how you doing, John? Good to see you. The guy stayed pretty much on leg 2. But anyway, I went over to see him, and this guy, kind of, you have to know that this is rural Ohio, southern Ohio, and he said, big guy, Wally had the big Benz on the overalls, and he said, John, Freck, how you doing, Skip? I haven't seen you since WW2. Was you in the service? Oh yeah, I was in the Marines for almost 3 years. Is that, I hated them people. Bastards with it all. I was in the Navy. I was on the Kearsarge for 4 years. Is that right? I'm very happy for you. They were different with us. I mean the Navy guys. At any rate, are you married now? Yeah. You remember Mary Beth Nendler? Oh sure. God, what a body and a beautiful face. She's a pig now. She sits up on the fridge and sucks on quarters and watches The Young and the Restless. She was second to the homecoming queen. She's a pig, I tell you. Thank you. I think we can go around that now. Are you married? Oh yeah, married a dating girl. You was always going over there looking for stuff, wasn't you? I found some stuff over there. Yeah, married, got a couple of kids. Live out in California. Hell you do. What's it like out there? I was in Long Beach. I got a tattoo there. No kidding. Yeah, they're very prominent now. Where do you live? And I said, I live in Santa Barbara. I was never around there. I either go in Long Beach, and we went up to Bremerton, up in Washington, and we was in Frisco for 2 days. I said, had some Chinese food and got out of there. Okay. Well, what do you do out there? I mean, are you in aerospace or working with them airplane people? No, I'm in television primarily. There's a long pause, and he said, you know Mary Beth's got a Xena. I wonder if you'd take a look at it. You know, when you're home, you know, it's all so different. But my wife and I had a chance to go on a cruise a year or so ago on the Crystal Symphony, which is down here in the harbor right now. I think it's the Crystal Symphony. At any rate, I was lectured on the thing, so it was a freebie. Otherwise, I could never have afforded it. Give you an idea, it's $250,000 a person to go around. That's, you know, probably, well, I talked to some people, and one guy, and of course it's always one guy that's very wealthy, told me what he was worth. And he was from Texas, and he had a permanent stateroom. He just, year after year, they traveled everywhere. And he said to me in his native Lubbock tongue, you know, I'm from Texas. Oh, big day wins this year at Dallas. Well, of course you do. You know, and he said to me, of course he was drinking heavily, and I thought of going back just to, you know, get away from him, but he said, I'm worth close to $1 billion, believe it or not, close to $1 billion, and I made it pretty much on my own. And I said what I said to another guy that had kind of money. I said, do you have it on you? No, I don't have it on me, but I said, well, yes, yeah. I'd be impressed if you had it on me. Probably look like, you know, a sebaceous cyst, but you should bring 2 guys, huge, big guys with a white Wells Fargo box, and open up. There it is. See it? See it? And then I'd be impressed. Anyway, we were going around the globe, and it started out in LA and ended up in Athens, Greece. And we got off there. My wife had been there before. She's been every place before me. And took her mother, and my son and I, and my daughter had to stay home, and we're very happy for her. You know. We didn't see her off because we were PO'd, you know. Anyway, we got to Greece, and she said, you'll love the Acropolis. That's a lot of fun, spend that kind of green to see that thing. But anyway, it is. It's very, very attractive what there is of it. So then we went out into the interior. And we were a bunch of blue hairs like ourselves, and we got to the Temple Athena, and we went in. I came out, and this woman from Terre Haute, Indiana, I love her. She was kind of a Maudie Frickard, and he looked like he'd fallen out of a tall tree, you know, picking bad cherries. Had that constant frown. His face came to a point. It looked like kind of a, you know, a middle-aged rodent. But that's terrible. He thought the same of me. At any rate, she said, "Are you who I think you are?" And I always want to say, Harold Lamler. Harold Lamler, too, and I'm on the New York Stock Exchange. No, I said, who do you think I am? You are him, aren't you? I'm Jonathan Winters. Are you really? This is my husband, Howard. Let's go. It was a lot of fun. And so she said, seriously, she said, is that Mrs. Winters? Just got on the bus. And Mrs. Winters tired, her feet hurt her, and she'd seen her before. So at any rate, the woman said to me from Terre Haute, "What, Mr. Winters? Now be serious. Come on. Tell me, what did you think of the Temple Athena?" And I said with a straight face, "I don't know, I can't speak for my wife, but I was terribly disappointed. Terribly disappointed." "Why is that?" "Everything was broken." "Oh my God, it goes back 2,000 years before Christ." Well, they should have repaired it by now. And he just said, "You know, a lot of them, Emma, are completely burned out." Again, I thank you very much. Have a great night. Thank you for the award. Great honor. Thank you, Mike.